Hi all, it's day 50 of my Dating Myself challenge. I am Ashley, the Urge Warrioress, embarking on 90 days of dating myself after a successful 90-day challenge to reduce destructive binge eating urges. So I want to reply a little bit. I know that yesterday I had posted a video about ways that I will be holding myself accountable to complete my 90-day process of dating myself while, being open to start dating somebody else. And I have gotten some feedback from people who I know have my general interest in mind, that they're concerned that I have gone back on my progress. So since those concerns were voiced, I did a lot of meditation, a lot of journaling. I took it seriously, and I really looked at myself and asked myself, am I going back on a promise that I made to myself? And in that discussion, I do want to hold myself accountable by saying, my addictive responses to love-related circumstances or triggers are not fixed. They probably would not have been fixed even at the end of my 90 days. I still have addictive tendencies around love. I still have addictive tendencies around food. I act out on them much less than I used to, but they're still there. So what I am practicing right now is harm reduction. Part of my motivation for doing these videos to begin with was to show people that when you work towards goals, progress can exist without perfection. And that's what I feel from the bottom of my heart with this. I'm not interested in perfection. I'm not interested in healing myself perfectly. That's too stressful of a life to live. I am interested in accountability, and I am interested in truth. And the truth is that, yes, maybe deciding to date this woman was acting out in old ways. I will admit that. But here's the other truth, and this dialectic really exists. The other truth is that I am making so much progress in my responses to these addictive urges. I've liked this woman for months, and I waited. Did I wait the whole 90 days? No. But I waited much longer than I've ever waited to pursue anything before. And that's progress. And I acknowledge that. I acknowledge that. And that is so much of what this journey is about, is giving myself kudos, for the progress I have made. I think that there is a lot of pressure on people when we set goals and make behavioral changes to do it, in a quick and perfect way. And that's not my experience. But I'm growing, and I am holding myself accountable every day by doing these videos, by being as honest as I can that day. I did the writing exercise earlier this morning. Another thing I held myself accountable for that I mentioned in the Maximize Your Mornings video a couple of days ago. I am willing to hear any, I am open to hearing any feedback towards people who care about me, about reasons why they might be concerned. And I will validate that those reasons are legitimate. I've acted impulsively in the past. I've gotten myself hurt. It played a role, wasn't the only thing, but it did play a little bit of a, it did play, half of the role in my marriage ending. There were consequences, and I'll admit that. But I'm changing. Am I changing 100%? No, I'm not. But that's okay. And people need to hear that. I'm okay doing things imperfectly. What motivates me is not perfection and restriction. What motivates me is connecting with a daily source of growth. What that means is that I might change at a slower pace than other people. And from the bottom of my heart, that's okay with me. And I hope that it is okay with others too. I'm okay, and from like an addiction perspective, I'm okay with harm reduction over abstinence, which is a perspective that not a lot of people have. And it's the perspective that I think when you care about somebody, it's way less scary to think of them as abstinent from a behavior, yet still active, but reducing harm when possible, right? You'd rather them be abstinent, so you never have to worry. And you know what? Sometimes people go from harm reduction to abstinence. I hope I can get there. Sometimes people stay in harm reduction for their lives and just learn how to live with these addictions the best they can while causing the least amount of harm possible to themselves and others. And like I said, I hope to work from harm reduction to abstinence, but these things are really challenging and really rooted. And if I can exist in harm reduction with the maximum amount of integrity possible, then that's what I'm going to do. And I trust that that will be okay. And I'm aware that this point of view is maybe controversial to some. And I'm aware that some people might judge me for this point of view. But this is my truth. And that's why I'm doing this whole thing, to share my truth, my own lived experience with moving forward with the destructive binge eating habits and problematic urges to romantic situations, moving forward with it in a way that works for me. And it might look scary to you, but for me, I need you to trust me that it's working. And I need you to trust me that I take accountability seriously. Doing these videos every day is not always easy. Being vulnerable like this, forcing myself to look at the truth, but it is helping so much. It is helping so much, and it's not going anywhere. Even after this 90-day challenge, I may continue this somehow. So that's what I have for today. Sending my request for those who are supporting me to continue supporting me where I'm at through harm reduction, because it's so much better than if I wasn't doing this at all. I got a little emotional there, but this is the human part of this journey. And thank you for listening.